I was just wondering if you know, yeah. You want who? You have to there, otherwise you she's a TA. What?
Oh.
I'd like to welcome everyone to the February 10th, 2022 Lenoir City Board of Education Board Meeting. Roll call.
Matthew Coleman.
Here.
Rick Chadwick.
Here.
Lynn McNish.
Here.
Mitch Ledbetter.
Here.
Bobby Johnson is absent.
I'd like to ask everyone to stand for a moment of silence. And in particular, I'd like for everyone to keep in their thoughts and prayers the family of Sergeant Chris Jenkins. Thank you. Mr. Maloney, will you lead us in pledge?
I certainly will. Ready, salute, and pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Item number 5 on our agenda, recognition of Teacher of the Year and New Teacher of the Year. Dr. Barker.
Yes, Board, I'm so proud today to have the opportunity to recognize excellence in our classroom. And we know that's what makes a difference every day for students. So I've asked Dr. Smith if she would to take the honors of recognizing our
Thank you, though.
almost Dr. Smith.
Almost, we'll see. Someday. Okay, I'm so excited to get to recognize our Teachers of the Year and our new Teachers of the Year, and we'll start out at the elementary school with Margaret Bright. Margaret. We have to pause for a picture, I was told. So, are we, Susan's picture? Thank you very much. All right, at the middle school, Hillary Hudson. And also at the middle school, Ernesto Biola. Congratulations. And at the high school, Christina Molinax. And to recognize our I-Learn Teachers of the Year for our elementary school, Elizabeth Lockhart. And Donna Capp. And now we'll recognize our new Teachers of the Year at the elementary school, Alexis Callagher. And at the middle school, Abigail Lane. teachers and new teachers of the year.
Next up, approval of agenda with, oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, I added something to the agenda just a little bit late. We have, just yesterday, we were told that we have a wonderful award that's coming. It's going to be announced tomorrow. So we want to preview that today with our board. So tomorrow there will be a public announcement that, and this will come about 10 o'clock in the morning, that Lenoir City Schools is a Best for All district. And so we have this little emblem up here that designates our school. We also have other things that we're going to share with you, but we're very pleased that this designation means that we are using our stimulus relief funds to focus on improving student academic achievement, making gains for students, and accelerating them with every resource that we have. And so we're very excited. So at this time, I'd like to recognize our academic coaches who are just doing outstanding work, and that's Ms. Sherry Long and Ms. Shannon Tufts, and they will present the banner that we were given to display in our school district for this honor. So ladies, and then Mr. Sean Walker and Ms. Ann Sexton are going to highlight some of the things that we're doing in our project that is called Tennessee All-Core, and that's our tutoring project, and they're going to share with you some information and a video that has been produced that will run statewide tomorrow. So as a recognition of our being Tennessee Best for All, there is going to be a publicity blitz from the Tennessee Department of Education, and so the video that you will see shortly is what will play in our air spot. So I'm going to turn it over to Sean, who's our Student Success Coordinator, and Ms. Ann Sexton, who is our Tutoring Coordinator.
Thank you, Dr. Parker. Hey, board. So we've had a really awesome opportunity this year with TN All Corps to start off with our elementary school working in ELA and math. Shannon and Sherry have put together quite a unique curriculum to offer this experience for these kids. And when you think of tutoring, we think sometimes with the kids that we're trying to pull it from the bottom. This is really an opportunity where we're accelerating learning for all. So it's kind of kids all over the spectrum, but we're trying to pull them up and accelerate their learning. And it's been a really neat experience, and we've actually now moved to the middle school, and we hope to continue expanding this opportunity. But we have a really neat video that kind of will overview this process and some of the fun things that we've seen this year.
Hello, I am Dr. Jeannie Barker, Director of Schools for Lenoir City. We are so proud in Lenoir City to be named as a Tennessee Best for All district. We are excited about the opportunities that we have to give students the best opportunities to learn every day.
Hello, this is Ann Sexton, coordinator of the 10 All-Core Tutoring Program. It has been an exciting personal and educational experience to observe our students and tutors work together to accelerate and support learning in the elementary and middle school. It's been a great way to give back to my school system. I've been here for over 30 years. I've always been devoted to the middle school and high school, so coming to the elementary school is just wonderful.
they come back and they have a new lease on life to say, they're so excited about it. And they do more planning now, they said, than they ever did. But Sean Thomas started in September with 48 students in 6 tutors. And now we have 12 tutors and about 103.
It's a little over 100.
Students.
We're looking to continue to expand. So we're in first grade, second grade, and fourth grade. We're looking to take it into third grade, fifth grade, and sixth grade in the coming weeks. So we're just really excited for this opportunity. It's been, real neat to be a part of it. I'm excited to see how it, carries through the rest of the semester.
And the teachers and principals have been so accepting and helping. They'll say, we're so glad you're here, what can we do to help? And, that's not always the case when you pull kids out of the classroom. So our tutors are well trained, so the time they spend with them is productive. It's not like a time they go color. It's very directed and very focused.
Thank you. Thank
Very
you.
good.
Let's give them a round of applause.
That's great. Okay, moving on to item number 6, approval of agenda and the addendum agenda. And with approval, we will stick the addendum in after item number 14.
Motion to approve the agenda is written with the addition of the addendum.
I have a motion by Mr. Ledbetter,
I'll second.
second Mr. Chadwick. Any further discussion? Roll call.
Matthew Coleman.
Aye.
Rick Chadwick.
Aye.
Lynn McNish.
Aye.
Mitch Ledbetter.
All right, item number 7, approval of minutes from the January 13th, 2022 regular board meeting.
Make a motion we approve.
I have a motion by Mr. McNish,
Second.
second Mr. Ledbetter. Any further discussion? Roll call.
Matthew Coleman.
Aye.
Rick Chadwick.
Aye.
Lynn McNish.
Aye.
Mitch Ledbetter.
Item number 8, executive committee and our invoices.
I'll make a motion we pay our bills.
I have a motion by Mr. Chadwick,
Second.
second Mr. Ledbetter. Further discussion? Roll call.
Matthew Coleman.
Aye.
Rick Chadwick.
Aye.
Lynn McNish.
Aye.
Mitch Ledbetter.
Moving on to new business. Item number 11, approval of revisions of the following Lenoir City Board of Education policies. 1.700 school district's goals, 5.306 military leave, 6.306 interference, disruption of school activities, 6.4081 safe relocation students, 4.209 alternative credit options. These would be the ones we reviewed in the last workshop.
I'll entertain a motion we pass A through E.
I have a motion from Mr. Chadwick,
Second.
second by Mr. Ledbetter. Any further discussion?
That's close enough.
Oh, sorry, by Mr. McNish. I apologize.
Tweedledee over here. I'm Tweedledum.
Any further discussion?
No, that wasn't that funny.
Roll call.
Matthew Coleman.
Aye.
Rick Chadwick.
Aye.
Lynn McNish.
Aye.
Mitch Ledbetter.
Item number 12, approval to adopt Lenoir City Board of Education policy 4.210 credit recovery. And again, this is the one we reviewed in our last workshop meeting.
Make a motion we approve.
I have a motion from Mr. McNish,
Second.
second from Mr. Chadwick. Any further discussion? Roll call.
Matthew Coleman.
Aye.
Rick Chadwick.
Aye.
Lynn McNish.
Aye.
Mitch Ledbetter.
Item 13, approval of addition to the baseline sports construction contract. Dr. Berger, anything you'd like to add to that?
This is simply adding the percentage that, the 3% for them being able to access the statewide contract, which in essence translates to sales tax. We are looking forward to the opportunity to engage our community in a plan for raising some funds in addition to offset some of the turf dollars. And our athletic director, Mr. Chris Britton, has been working on that, and Mr. Coleman, I believe, as part of the foundation, you all have been working on a plan, because we have already had several businesses step up to the plate and said, we want to be a part, we want to be supportive, and we want to make some donations. And so I have already confirmed with Baseline Sports that anything that is donated will be deducted from the final proposal cost.
I'll entertain the motion.
Motion by Mr. Chadwick,
I'll second.
second by Mr. Ledbetter. Any further discussion? Roll call.
Matthew Coleman.
Aye.
Rick Chadwick.
Aye.
Lynn McNish.
Aye.
Mitch Ledbetter.
Item 14, approval of LCHS additions and renovation change order request number 8.
Yes, Board. This is an addition, and Mr. Sims, would you like to explain this particular change order? This is about the fire, the spray-on fire coating.
He could probably explain it better than me.
Okay.
Glad to hear it.
Brian?
Thank you. Yeah. Sometimes in projects, the State Fire Marshal's Office field inspector makes rulings during construction that differ from what the plans reviewer made in the initial review of the documents. Sometimes there's a disagreement, interpretation, or whatever, but in this case, the field inspector said we need to fireproof the steel, the roof steel on the addition only. Now, none of the other steel on the entire school has this particular protection, but under the current code, it is technically required. We offered an exception to that. It's in the code, but unfortunately there was an exception to the exception in the code that we had taken earlier in order to get the project approved. So he enforced that in the plan here along with it. So it happened late in the project, which complicates things, but the contractor is going to be able to do it, and it will be fireproof.
So this change order is for $26,898.47 to fireproof steel.
Yes, yes, steel beams, steel deck, steel columns.
Don't know something. This is every, I mean, it seems like, I mean, it's not every, I mean, you said sometimes, I think every time. I mean, every time we started a project, it was, I'm not gonna mention names, the first
Late
fire
in the
marshal.
game, they always do it. I mean,
Oh, yeah, I mean,
we had staff drawings from Nashville.
Yeah.
And then he still made us change.
Unfortunately, it happens. It's happened on a few projects over the years I've been associated with, but the timing is the worst thing. You know, if you caught it earlier on, it would have been a little easier to handle, but
a little cheaper.
yeah, a little cheaper, but yes.
And it's metal drop duct work,
It's
everything.
and the material itself is very expensive. Any kind of coatings, paint, that kind of thing, the costs have gone up tremendously in the last year or so.
Is there gonna be any time delay in getting the materials that we need? Or?
They're ready to go on Monday,
Oh, okay.
if it's approved.
$26,000, I would too. Reckon we have a choice?
No, in order to get a certificate of occupancy, it has to
Yes.
do that.
I'll entertain a motion.
I have a motion by Mr. Ledbetter, second by Mr. Munish. Any further discussion? Roll call.
Matthew Coleman.
Aye.
Rick Chadwick.
Aye.
Lynn McNish. Mitch Ledbetter.
Okay.
Begrudgingly.
No choice.
Next is our addendum item, approval of LCHS addition renovation proposal request number 5, change order request number 7.
So Brian, you want to talk about change order number 7?
And remind me, is that the correct?
No, this is the storm drainage line.
Okay, yes.
This is an additional
Right.
$10,468.46.
Right, yeah. We had a review not only by the state on this project, but also by the city. It came in after bids were received. They required us to tie in the storm drainage a little bit differently than we had shown on the documents. Fortunately, we were able to find an existing catch basin to tie into, but the amount of line that was required to get to that location was longer. There was an elbow turn in it that was additional cost. So we had to do it the way they wanted it tied in. In addition, when we excavated For the addition, we discovered a couple of storm drainage lines underneath the ground that we didn't know about. There wasn't on any kind of record drawings. So we had to reroute those and then tie them back in to the existing storm drainage system. So, quite a bit of cost and site work there. There was a few other minor things. I think we added a step in order to accommodate the existing grades. We deleted a concrete gutter that was along the sidewalk in order to help pay for some of the costs. And I think that was it.
Sounds right.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I think we made a couple of minor site revisions that were included in that. Mostly the result of city requirement and discoveries in the field, which happens in renovation.
So board, we're asking for another change order approval for $10,468.46.
We don't have any choice, do we? I'm like, kinda like Mitch.
Well,
It works done, it works
28
done.
here, 10 there, yeah. We got
actually, the contractor did the work on good faith because it was needed to be done in order to get the addition built. So it just took us a while to sort through the price.
Hell, we really don't have a choice, Rick.
Yeah.
I'll entertain a motion.
We have a motion from Mr. Chadwick.
I'll get in there in a second.
I have a second from Mr. Ledbetter. Any further
Attaboy.
discussion?
Feel good.
Roll call.
Matthew Coleman.
Aye.
Rick Chadwick. Glenn McNish. Mitch Ledbetter.
Yeah, again.
Okay, and then the next one, this is a little bit of good news. Brian, I'll let you share the good news too. And this is,
Stand a little.
this is a credit. This is a credit for $2,379.
What?
My pack of bubble gum.
Unfortunately, credit's a little bit harder to come by, but we squeezed out as much as we could out of this one. After we got into the project and we started looking at the furniture, meeting with the staff and Dr. Barker and Mike, we came up with a revised furniture plan. Our goal was to get 400 seats in the new cafeteria existing in addition. We ended up with 398, so we got very, very close. But in the process of going through all that, we were able to reduce the amount of the work that the contractor was required to do. And we ended up saving about $2,300. And I mentioned furniture because next Wednesday, I think, the majority of the furniture will be coming in and be delivered. They'll be able to put some of it in place, but not all of it. The chairs are still being delayed due to some supply side issues, delivery issues, but they should be coming in shortly. But this is the color scheme that we all looked at and approved. This is the banquet seating, goes along the walls, the seats, the seat backs, tables, chairs are black. Some of the tops are white. Other tops have this wood grain finish. And the walls are this color, the ceiling's white. And the floor tile, we were able to match up with the existing floor tile in the existing dining room with one exception on one piece of the accent tiles. So I'll just leave that up there for everybody to take a look at. But they should be able to get the what furniture is not able to be installed should be able to stack along the wall in the cafeteria, existing dining room until they're ready to move it in. Of course, table and chairs just have to be assembled and set around. But that's pretty simple. But the banquettes and booths, they're coming in pieces. They'll have to come in and assemble them, anchor them to the wall. There's a pigtail outlet that plugs in to the outlets and USB ports that are in each of the seating area there. So I think it'll all be real nice when it gets installed. It'll look really good. So
we have multi-level seating.
that's right.
We have the booths, we have the individual seating areas, we have some countertop and bar top
Yeah.
opportunities too. So it will I think, be a beautiful finish for our cafeteria.
Where's the lighting and in the existing dining room as well as the new. And there'll be some pendant lights over the tables along the walls in some of the locations. Color scheme matches up with what's there, plus the school colors. So it'll all look very nice. And you'll have about 400 seats, which will get the students out of the commons. Until you grow again.
With all the changes, is the tentative date, what is it? Opening, seating, whatever dining facility you wanna call that. I know the bathrooms might promise by February the 23rd, so.
Yeah, I think we're looking at mid-March now. The spring break is the 14th to the 18th, so I think that's what we're looking toward for the contractor to get substantially complete, and then he can do his final completion that week while the students are gone.
So when we come back, it'll all be done.
So we come back, it'll all be done. That is the goal.
I like that.
Okay, sounds good.
Write that
We'll
one
have to
down.
have a ribbon cut.
That's all right.
The bathrooms,
Bathrooms as well. Yeah, they're
So
moving along pretty good.
that's
We
not
had-
what we were told when we were out there visiting.
Well, you know, it changes. What? What?
Well, there's been delays, obviously. This fire marshal issues has caused a little delay. There've been delays on delivery of materials. We've had to make some changes. There's been delays due to discoveries in the field, mainly in the toilet area. But we've gotten through all those and made some changes. So they're moving along now a lot better. Done a good job of trying to play catch up. I know the superintendent caught COVID last week. It's been out, I think, most of this week. But the project managers jumped in to help out some. So.
Thank you. I'm assuming we don't have to approve to accept the credit.
That would be this one.
I think we just,
We just have,
do we have to,
Well,
let's
went
accept,
on up.
let's approve to accept the credit. Let's do that.
did an agenda.
Yes.
I'll entertain a motion.
Motion by Mr. Chadwick,
Second.
second by Mr. McNish. Any further discussion? Roll call.
Matthew Coleman.
Aye.
Rick Chadwick.
Aye.
Glenn McNish.
Aye.
Mitch Ledbetter.
No. Yes. We spent 38,000. What, 23? Yeah.
Next item is the approval of ESER 3.0 Plan 6-month addendum.
Yes, Board. I want to publicly thank Mr. Orr for his work on getting these papers together. Every 6 months, we have to update our ESER public documents on our website and update them with what we have done up to that point and bring them current. We posted all of the information back in the fall, and so now it's time for us to update that. So you have before you both the public plan and the safe return to instruction, in-person instruction. And so those are updates that will be posted to our website as soon as we get your all's approval for these. So we'll take the first one. The first one is the public plan, the federal relief spending addendum.
I'll entertain a motion.
Have a motion, Mr. Chadwick,
Second.
second by Mr. McNish. Any further discussion? Roll call.
Matthew Coleman.
Aye.
Rick Chadwick.
Aye.
Glenn McNish.
Aye.
Mitch Ledbetter.
And the second one is the safe return to in-person instructional and continuity of services plan. And we've been very fortunate that we have not had to go remote this year very much. 3 days is the most that we've had to do so far. So approval of this update plan is requested.
I'll entertain a motion.
Have a motion by Mr. Chadwick,
I'll second.
second by Mr. Ledbetter. Further discussion? Roll call.
Matthew Coleman.
Aye.
Rick Chadwick.
Aye.
Glenn McNish.
Aye.
Mitch Ledbetter.
Next item, excuse me.
Go ahead.
Next item, approval to surplus LCHS cafeteria Sicko Pacer tables, did I pronounce that correct?
I think that's right.
And matrix chairs.
So you have a request there from our food service supervisor, Ms. Bivens, to go ahead and surplus some of the old tables and chairs, since we will have new ones in their place. And so they will try to sell these for surplus and get some additional compensation for those. So we need your approval to do so.
Absolutely.
Motion by Mr. Ledbetter,
Second.
second by Mr. McNish. Further discussion? Roll call.
Matthew Coleman.
Aye.
Rick Chadwick.
Aye.
Glenn McNish.
Aye.
Mitch Ledbetter.
Okay, item number 15, discussion of LCHS gym renovations and further recommendations. Dr. Barker?
Yes, Board, as you know, we opened bids for the gym, locker room, and bathroom renovation project last week. And Brian is here Mr. McDonald is here to answer any questions you may have. You have information there of what those bids were. At this time, I can say that since opening those bids, again, construction costs have caused great increases. And I would just like to say that, before we take a step to accept any of the bids, I'm working with the business office to see where we are in our FY22 budget, to see if we can add additional dollars to our capital funds opportunities. So I'm working with them to get updated numbers. Ms. Bailey and Ms. Mallory have been working to get some updated information for you. So I would like for us to take a chance to have an opportunity to review all of that with you, and then look at some possible other funding opportunities that may be out there before we make a decision. I think more information always helps us make a better decision. I've had conversations with Ms. Hoagland also about the needs there. So it would be my recommendation that we review this information a little further and that we look at all the information needed. And we have a workshop on February the 24th at 11. I'd like to get you all that information prior to that workshop, and let's have a discussion then. And if we need to move into a special call board meeting at that time to approve bids, we could still do that. So that's my discussion item and my recommendation that I'm putting out there, but Brian is here and he can certainly answer any questions you may have, or if you want to go further with it, that's your call.
I just want to make a motion that we table it till next regular board meeting.
I have a motion by Mr. Chadwick to table the renovation discussion.
Second.
I have a second by Mr. McNish. I would agree. I think if we're not 100% sure, I don't want to spend that much money on something we're not absolutely positive about. Any other discussion? Roll call.
Matthew Coleman.
Aye.
Rick Chadwick.
Aye.
Glenn McNish.
Aye.
Mitch Ledbetter.
Item 16, superintendent's comments.
Okay, Board, I just want to say congratulations to all of our teachers of the year, new teachers of the year, and let you know that we have 3 of our teachers that will be moving on to state competition in their areas. From the elementary school will be Miss Margaret Wright, who will be our district representative, and then from the middle school, Miss Hillary Hudson, and then from the high school, Miss Christina Mullinax. So those teachers will submit additional paperwork to the state to be considered among the teachers of the year for the state. So best of luck, and we're all here to help you as you need information to fill out those applications. Our teachers, administrators, and support staff are working hard every day, And I'm very excited that on February the 21st and 22nd, we will be having a professional development mini conference, and more to come about that, but we're very excited to have that opportunity coming up very, very soon. We're also currently working on our budget requests for the school year 22-23. In the back of your packet, you have the budget timeline so that you can see where the process is. And so I just wanted to draw your attention to that and know that we are diligently working to get all of that together as well. So that's where I will leave it today.
Very good. Gentlemen, anything else? Nope. Hear a motion to adjourn?
Motion we adjourn?
Motion by Mr. Ledbetter,
Second.
second by Mr. Chadwick. Any other discussions? Roll call.
Matthew Coleman.
Aye.
Rick Chadwick.
Aye.
Glenn McNish. Mitch Ledbetter.
There are refreshments in the back.